die.
Let's go.
Please summon with some longevity. Trust these players. Pioshik won it late yesterday on the Fury, but I still don't think I want to see the Fury here. Because DNS have been a team that surprisingly have had decent macro.
Ist schon noch wach? Schon wach. Der war auch noch schlafen. Der war schon schlafen.
Peter and Duck Dom are great in the bottom lane. Closer's a very strong laner. Dudu, obviously, it's his year, right?
It is.
But I've been left feeling a little bit robbed in this series.
Oriana raus, Nico raus. Wir haben noch Bart offen. Karma haben wir auch noch auf dem Bart. Karma.
Yorick ban. Yeah, the fight between the year of Dudu and the year of Vikla. You know, I thought it was said and done. Like I thought Dudu had won it, and he had won it for good. And I'm like, yes, okay, it's definitely the year of Dudu. And then BNK.
Hast du Lia schon geholt oder gerollt? Nein, weder noch.
I guess it's not the year of Dudu anymore.
Weder noch.
Cannon.
Ich würde sagen, wir sind fast an dem Punkt, wo ich Steffi nach League-Partner fragen kann. Haben wir jetzt so gut verhalten? Wir sind fast an dem Punkt angekommen.
No. That's not the way this works.
Well, it's the year of the horse. Does that mean Team Liquid wins Worlds? I don't know.
That's totally separate from this.
Capachungos.
Which I think is doing us a favor. No more dive comps.
At least Ari can do a little bit of both, and you know, Closer is very good at the champ. I think it's okay. Very importantly, though, a lot of OP stuff is being left up.
In der Arena ist ja alles glatt gelaufen, ja. Ja, eben. Ich gönn's dir. Du, ich gönn's mir am meisten. Ne? Ich gönn's mir am meisten tatsächlich. Darfst du nur nicht rumschreiben, wenn du alles auf der Toilette gemockt hast. Ja, das ist nicht gut, dass ich darüber getweetet habe dann. Hallo, Rüssel. Das ist dann nicht so gut, oder? Dass ich darüber getweetet habe. Naja.
We've thinned out the mid pool a little bit. Oriana's banned. They take the Aurora over the Varus, which I find to be a little bit surprising. Especially because you don't have to pick Aurora necessarily this early. As we know what Peter wants to play when we see these lock-ins.
Yeah.
It's Rakan.
Talia banned because of Fearless. Notably,
this is a classic combo.
Yunara just nowhere to be seen.
A little scary to play in the Varus with a Wukong alongside. So I still think viable here. It also feels really good when you're up 2-0 in the series to fearlessly ban it here as well.
And Smash playing the way he is, where they're protecting him really well. Lee Sin going to be the choice instead of Nocturne.
Well, it definitely means that there's not an equal...
Nein. Obwohl. Ja.
Like it was looking like it was going to be with a Nocturne lock-in. Where both these champions operate post-ultimate. Showmaker just looking for the blind LeBlanc. Perhaps teasing all of us, but if there's one player who I trust to do it, it would be him.
You should keep your Aurora flex for as long as possible. Especially because the Aurora can do very well into a lot of blind picks in the top lane.
Careers Bard was not one of our favorite picks for him thus far. You mentioned it in game 1. It is going to be a 80 carryless Bard lane. They're just saying we're going for range damage to deal with your Varus.
Is it Lee Sin Bard in the bot lane? No 80 carry?
I don't think so.
80 carryless? All right, what are we playing, Closer?
Or what are we playing, Dudu? It feels obvious to pick Rakan here. It doesn't matter if...
Ja, Problem ist, dass er auf Botlane wieder... I mean, es kommt drauf an. Können auch anders jetzt auf Botlane picken. Ob du jetzt gefistet wirst oder nicht. Die sollten wahrscheinlich Yunara noch bannen. Oder? Ist ein Yunara-Bann? Mit Yunara Bart nicht so gut. Hallo, Plop.
And you have last pick because you picked second pick, so you might as well just try to save your solo lanes for later.
I do think that Xayah would be a terrible choice. Super low range, and the Varus is going to outpoke you in team fights, and your ultimate, there's just already with these two champions alone too much to fly above. The Cyclone will persist. Bit of a interesting ban here on Closer's Akali. As Closer does feel like he's decided he's going to play what he wants to play in this series and not necessarily adhere to the tier list as much.
Should play Lissandra.
Now, I mean, honestly, it's a pretty good angle for it. But with the Gnar banned and the Cannon banned, surely it's a Renekton ban here. Surely.
Yeah, I feel like you're getting a lot of value with that. Unless they are confident to flex the Aurora into it. They're just going to take away the Victor.
Closer's like, I hate playing Victor.
Ja, Problem, wenn du jetzt Rennen blindest, dann kommt doch einfach, hä?
Damn it. I was trying to get Closer to play Victor. Well, it's a smart
6 Kate wären hier fein.
Although if you're a
Ja, aber was pickst du mit 6?
since his time as
Caitlyn wäre okay, aber Caitlyn auch so lala, schwierig zu spielen. Jhin finde ich okay.
Jhin Bard set up here with the Aurora.
Jhin finde ich okay.
My champion.
I still think this lane is going to do fine.
So, aber wer ist mit Silas Blind Pick jetzt?
Into Renekton for insane spacing, or what is Shiu gonna lock up here? Is he just gonna go Scion? I really hope not.
Smash auch ein E-Data. I guess we'll never know.
If you go Scion, there's a lot of early game power here in this DNS draft. He's going Aurora.
They're just gonna flex it. It's a very slippery
LeBlanc.
damage composition here from D+.
Okay, ich meine, es ist eine Menge gebannt.
Very difficult to play.
Or do we just
Galio
I suppose.
Der Galio Interlock ist schon gut.
Sandra definitely would have been a bit more damage. Galio is certainly wombo combo plus safety.
It is going to be Pioshik Peter tested like they have been tested many times before this tournament with this draft, because the engage has to be crisp. The Jhin is immobile, but there's a lot you're going to have to go through.
Die rechte Combo ist ziemlich OP.
In the mid game. Showmaker will
Die rechte Combo ist ziemlich OP, aber der Renekton sollte nicht wirklich lane dürfen, ne? Und der Wukong muss halt kommen. Glaube ich. Oh mal. Schauen wir mal.
You cannot lose map control. So even though this isn't the same type of all-in draft or early game draft here in this third game for B&K, and it plays a lot more around the VAR as well in the late game, it kind of feels to me like it's a similar vein. It's a different angle, but if you lose early, you lose late into this draft here for D+. And with the Renekton setup, the Wukong, and the Rakan, they do have the tools to kill the Jhin. But what about everything else? What about the Bard ultimate, the Tempered Fate that could ruin everything you're trying to do? Jhin being so far away, and Showmaker's flank angles. You better hope you got good vision, and you don't ever let it go.
We'll have to see if they can manage it, or if D+Kia go on to another sweep here in game number 3.
Got him.
GG. Game number 3 started, and Showmaker already makes his intentions very clear. He is going to attack the enemy champions, and probably also the enemy minions. Perhaps some objectives along the way. But yeah,
hit a ward or two.
Yeah, true. This comp for D+Kia, at least this time around, I feel like it's the most difficult comp they've had to play. You know, like I feel like the first couple of games they've played, it's been like, okay, we have scaling, we have comfort, we just wait, and we just play better League of Legends and team fight, and we just eventually win comfortably. This time around, doesn't feel like they have all of those outs. They can absolutely go, you know.
Bot dann jetzt natürlich Winning. Range Support plus Jhin gegen Varus.
Yeah, no,
early, mid, and late.
Mal schauen. Mit Early Game Pressure natürlich von Midlane auch und Jungle auch.
While I do agree with you, she was playing Aurora. Pentakill on this champion. Lucid is playing Lee Sin. Showmaker, LeBlanc, sounds like comfort to me, alright?
Ja, die haben das Overlay noch nicht so wirklich. Das ist Actual Ingame Overlay ist noch drin, glaube ich. Sieht dann aus, ne? Das ist quasi aufeinander gelayert.
But the two young guys kind of being forced to play the setup.
Ah, jetzt.
I do think that when you look at the top side here, it doesn't get more D+ than this. So I think the execution should be there. The Bard is the part that makes me a little bit more nervous. And like you said, Smash on the Jhin, you know, it's not bad at this champion. It's just not necessarily the Smash type of playstyle that we've come to know and love.
It's not Ezreal. It's not Zeri. And Luce is playing Lee Sin. This has a undefeated streak going. 4 of the games has been Pioshik. 1 of them has been Lucid. So not his first time playing it here at the LCK.
Good invade.
Certainly knows how to get the value out of it.
Double prio.
I think it was Raptor who denied it from Pioshik in that win that he had. on his way to the upper bracket.
Pyosik gonna find a friend who's not very friendly.
Otherwise known as an enemy.
Yeah.
A non-allied combatant. And he's level 3, Wukong. So he's not looking to have a lot of ganking power, but I don't think that Lucid really wants to fight with him 1v1 over the Scuttle, so we'll go to him. In this bottom lane, you layer as much poke as you can as the Varus, but your Rakan isn't going to necessarily be able to get his sustained value when you're laying into the Bard. Bard is ranged. Very annoying.
Genau, mit einem Camp Plus.
Because Rakan is like, you know, ambiguous about whether he's ranged or
In
melee.
XP-wise.
Melee.
Zuerst sind wir even.
It's ranged, technically.
Aber der Blue gibt mehr XP als die Krabbe natürlich.
But yeah. It's also got some ranged.
Macht keinen Unterschied, gibt nicht Level 6 oder sowas.
It's like Thresh, you know,
Ja.
just a little ambiguous.
Aber ihr seht, ne, XP von Lucid gegen XP von Pyosik.
It's like a melee attack.
Das ist basically ein Camp mehr rein XP-wise.
But it has very long range.
Yeah.
You know?
Also wenn eine Solo-Q-Demon kommt von DK, lass ihn mal machen, ja.
That's a nice little punch from closer.
Aber er ist schon sehr Solo-Q-isch.
He's in another one of these lanes where he's playing melee into a very annoying ranged champion.
Cole has definitely pulled out the confidence in these picks today, where he is just simply not going to back down and playing against one of our really strong laning mid laners in Showmaker is always a tough ask, but he was able to weather the storm in game 2. Here, debatable thus far at a small CS deficit, but not going to lose anything too big here. Both mid laners have already TP'd. He's going to take a reset now. Start to get some of that MR online. It's no Magic Mantle. This is unfortunate for Dudu. You know, he wanted to play the Renekton, he banned the Gnar, they banned the Kennen, and she was just like, I'm playing Aurora, lol.
I mean, that was always
Lanes laufen so wie sie sollen. Top Lane winning.
It was like,
Mid Lane winning.
they can
Bot lane
fix
even.
it. And he's like, well, I'm going to play Renekton anyway. And I do think that Renekton is generally okay, as long as you're not playing into, you know, Kennen or Gnar, the Aurora.
Invade hier erneut ist okay, aber du musst natürlich die Galio-Ulti beachten. Jetzt müssen wir mal schauen, wie sie es machen.
Pyosik eventually does go up to the top side.
Okay, now they have a lot of bot prio, and Lucid is Lee Sin, so he's like, Wukong is not going to make the same impact I am. Might even find an angle here.
Jungle ist wichtiger. Wann geht Lucid rein?
Just going to interact with Pyosik.
Yeah. Got the clone.
Geht er rein? Nee, er sollte nicht, ne? Galio moved.
And
First.
not even going to smite that, actually.
Galio immer first move.
Gets taunted, but the chain will keep closer at bay. Quiet early game.
Yeah.
Very silent GGG Global Park as we move through this one.
Yeah, really, it's just 400 gold lead in the top lane, and that is about it. A lot of trading down in the
Sprich
bottom.
hier.
So our junglers are fighting
Das,
in the
da
ring.
sind Lymphknoten, ne? Hier, am Hals, die so angeschwollen sind
Early
langsam.
on in the trading.
Das war gestern auch schon so, deswegen, das ist immer so, yep,
Getting a little bit of health back.
da blüht eine Krankheit.
And we'll continue
Aber
to
das
pressure
muss
on
bis
now
Montag
with
warten.
Bard. The pressure may turn.
Das muss
on the
bis
bottom
Montag warten.
side.
Scuttle, very
Das ist auch
important.
nur rechts.
He is not going to be able to get 6 off this, I don't think. It is very close.
Ja, das gibt Level 6.
Essentially go all
Alarm.
as the binding not gonna
Wukong Level 6 wollen wir nicht fighten.
no career.
Career.
Have flash, but he
Boah, er
has
kommt
the
da durch.
magical journey
Wo
close.
closer ist.
We are killing this guy. If it's
Trotzdem,
the last
okay.
thing I do is Peter picks up the kill.
He has been quite bloodthirsty.
Wie gerade Fleisch nicht so geil, Gube.
season, and he will pick up the kill, but
Er ist nicht Level 6, weil er den Blue-Up verpasst hat.
eventuated, they're not able to.
Er hat ja einen Camp, also er hat ja, deswegen, er hat einen Camp verpasst.
He killed that is
Quasi den Blue-Up und hat dafür Double Crab bekommen, aber Double Crab gibt dir halt weniger XP als Buff,
That's all
deswegen.
they get. They deny the dragon. They got the scuttle crab, but it could have been better. Closer is going to be fine here, but level 6 is now going to be on the cards for Pyosik as he clears this top side. Red buff. And the Renekton is still 500 gold behind, but it almost feels that's the limit here. Watch this fight one more time. It's a little bit broken up, but when you look at how D+ want to play this, they just don't have any damage threats and Smash on the wrong side of the fight. So it's really easy for Peter to set the engage, and he has a Galio to follow up, and because there's no flash here for career, he just dies. Showmaker is like, there's too many, I'm too low, I can't actually save you here. If he's playing a different champion that has a little bit more CC, you know, maybe he could try to peel there and offer some damage even at low health, but he's not going to distort his way into a second death for D+. Makes the right call, and Career's early flash loss
Hallo Joghurt.
comes back to bite him. However, it's a Rakan with a 600 gold lead, so I don't know how much it really matters. because they still didn't get Dragon.
Yeah. You know, early first item for the supports. Maybe you can get some more control wards, etc. But you're not getting your carries very far ahead. You would have loved to have that kill.
Ja, aber trotzdem, First Item auf Support ist OP. Ob es ein Sieg ist oder ein Locket, das ist schon sehr OP für Teamfights.
He's level 6 now, and I'm curious about where he's going to send that first ult. We got to see some of the synergy that DNS has in their composition, which is quite simple. You know, it can lack damage at times, but the wombo combo nature of it can blow up a target regardless, where you've got Wukong and Rakan, obviously, but then the Galio on top of it for even just that extra safety and follow-up CC.
You really do have to go incredibly deep later on, though, if D+ have a setup. And they didn't really have one there because Smash was cut off from the rest of the team. And so they kind of get a freebie there, so to speak. Also, Career not having Flash. So I kind of look at this game state and feel like, okay, DNS, they got step 1. Well, we need to see the Dragon. And now we're going to look for that fight here. They are still without their Galio ultimate. So this is a really tough one to play out until that's ready here for closer in a few seconds. 8 on the clock.
Pyosik is all about these Scuttle Crabs. He's been playing for every single one big time. Same for Lucid as well. Just that Pyosik has been here a little bit earlier. He's been able to get position. He's also had more help from his bottom lane, which obviously does help, as Dudu just going to Dominus here to clear the wave and survive. But the damage comes in. The flash forward is going to force Dudu to flash away. Nice pressure here from Xiu. As now Showmaker does come.
Ja, Galio ist ja auch ab, ne? Und ich habe das Gefühl, dass es ich habe das Problem, weil die müssten irgendwie kreative Picks finden bei DK. Right, kreative Picks, Chunks, wie auch immer, damit sie fighten können. Wie viel CS geht bei Topdown gegen Aurora, kannst du auch, also es kommt auf die Aurora an. Von bis. Ich würde sagen, so 10, 15 ist das absolute Minimum. Aha, ist okay. Peter hat keine, ja. Okay. Oh, Lucid. Lucid. Oh, war ja. Oh Gott, er ist fucked. Er ist fucked. Vor allem von behind, das ist so fucked. Unless. Yeah, it's over. Oh, Jesus Maria.
Yeah, last time when they got the kill onto Career, it felt like
halt mich fest.
Fake lead. But this time they get not only the Dragon, but the follow-up win in the team fight. As I think you're right, I think Dudu did interrupt the TP. And so that was the advantage that they had when Dudu decided to TP top lane, because he was in base. And it would have been a very heavy cost had he TP'd into the fight and made a low impact, and then the Aurora was given extra agency. So watch this fight again. Showmaker backed, and actually...
Oh, Showmaker just TP.
Yeah, Showmaker's TP. It's actually Xiu just TP to the top lane. Yeah. I was looking at this fight here, looking at Smash trying to enter on low mana. Closer is blocking Showmaker's entry here. Lucid gets trolled by the Blast Cone, which is really unfortunate.
That's one of the most troll Blast Cones I've ever seen.
There's no way for him to really, you know, outplay that, I guess. I mean, could have just not made the aggressive play in the first, but you need to win something on this fight.
Yeah.
Career.
Wir sind erst gegen das Game hier ist.
Ward walk. And unfortunately, the Bard continues to be an issue here for Career.
Nicht so. Das läuft nicht mehr so.
Just trying to bully him as much as possible with the Dominus.
The flash trade earlier, I think, kind of favors Dudu a little bit, allows him to make plays like this, and he's not going to kill the Aurora, but he's not going to be killed by the Aurora either, and can close the gap with his Dominus when he has Fury on those minions and play around it a little bit there with waves like that. As the Ghost Blade is done for Duck Dom and for Smash. We don't know what soul it's going to be just yet in this game, but it's a very late first Dragon. And Career here is on a ward.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
He's like, I have Magical Journey, I'm fine. They can't take that. Oh, wait, you told me they can take that? Oh, yeah, they did take it last time I died as well.
Sofort reporten. Rep. Bot rep.
Was already like, oh, no, that's too deep. Oh, I can see how he gets caught. And then he blast cones over the wall into them.
Not a good day for Blast Cone haters, eh, Valdez?
Yeah, I mean, At least the one on the bottom side was funny. Also, this one from Career was just a big mistake. Like, he was trying to be a proactive blast coner. He was trying to win my heart, but instead kind of did the opposite.
Okay, theoretisch, wenn wir hier Richtung, sagen wir mal, 4 Items kommen, 3, 4 Items, dann sehe ich, die DK kommt wieder, aber Stand jetzt haben die einfach keinen Damage auch, oder? Also, keinen Damage gerade. Mal sehen.
This is the potential punish when you have a Renekton in the lane. He's got between worlds, but can it get away from them? As Pioshik's going to go in, there's the Cyclone. The Between Worlds does come out as Pioshik once more going to dodge the Sonic Wave. Continuing to fight as Dudu went back to the wave. But now we got a Galio coming in. And Showmaker is here as well. As they're going in, they got TP. A very wonky back and forth fight.
It's TP from Duckdom. And they're just going to say, well, that's how we secure grubs. That was the plan all along.
We just wanted the grubs.
Wow, Lucid. Peter. Peter, das war richtig beschissen von dir. Oh mein Gott, das ist die Anti-Synergy. Nein, 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 nein. Das ist so Anti-Synergy. Alles. Alles daran ist so schlimm. Alles daran ist so schlimm. Wie gewinnt DK diesen Fight? Oh Gott. Das ist so schlimm.
Just living inside the wall there. Not sure what happened. Maybe got bound up.
Yeah, got a little funky there, but coordination a little bit missing on this one for DNS. It doesn't hurt all too bad, but Duckdom loses his flash, he dies. Doesn't have his TP, which isn't always the biggest deal on an AD carry, but D+ gets so much map control over this. They get a plate top side, Showmaker's getting a plate bottom side.
Showmaker got the kill as well.
And like, this here should have been fine, but due to misreads where she was going, not expecting the rotation up, I think if he just goes down right away, he has Empowered W, and he clears this wave. So he doesn't actually have his Empowered W for Lucid here, so he's just kind of like, Renekton, no buttons.
And Closer goes back in.
Yeah, Closer goes back in as they're retreating, and then the TP comes in late for Duckdom. And then Peter tries to make the heroic flash play over the Q, and then just misses.
Just misses him.
And then the Tempered Fate stops a follow-up from the
Das ist so low.
corruption here for Duckdom. And it's just a big disaster here.
Yeah.
For DNS. Like, they just wanted to kill the Aurora, and instead it just ended up being a really, I don't know.
Plus keine Sumsmates. Also jetzt haben wir wieder Engels. Also Duckdom, Closer und auch Peter, kein Flash. Alles lief, Grüße. Außerdem ist Prep Mami-Logo wurde geändert. Ah.
Could be the beginning of the end of the world, you know, if I'm Chicken Little here.
Das ist Weiße jetzt. Das kann sich keiner mehr beschweren. Doch nicht Opfers.
After all, we have confirmed that. And DNS
LCK Prediction heute. MK win und KC win.
Now, you know, Luden's just finished up for Showmaker. He's already getting pretty scary, especially laning against Dudu's Renekton, who can't do anything, right? Like, that's good.
G2 lose.
Setup.
Also, ja, also. KC sollte, also KC ist das bessere Team. So. Außer da passiert halt Magie. Und Magie kann natürlich passieren. Aber KC ist das bessere Team.
Frustrating for DNS because they don't have any control.
Okay, they're just going on in. They're going to try to catch Duckdom here.
A little bit early though.
Do, I guess.
Dann machen wir ein Ara Mayhem Turnier.
He is Lee Sin. And we are really sending it. This time they're going to use everything and try to
Lucid.
I'm not even sure.
Lucid, W? Nope.
Kind of runs out of dashes.
Es ist guckt.
And he will eventually
Krokodil ist
I'm not sure what Odin told DNS about Lucid, but they really don't like him today.
The whole day. Especially the Xinjiao game was just ridiculous. Closer going to be rooted up basically forever. Lots of
flash
in this DK composition. But they're not going to thinking about
Ist tot?
Closer here.
Oh mein
A
Gott.
little bit of ticking damage there on the backside, but it's actually a Chemtech soul.
Overall, ends up being pretty nice here for DNS. They get a kill onto the Lee Sin eventually. They do enough damage to secure the dragon. And then they escape with Closer despite his lack of flash. And then suddenly, Dudu gets a free turret.
Dankeschön.
And Dudu has evened up the CS. He was very significantly behind in the early game, now has a tiny lead here in this one. And to talk about how it all breaks out, it's very weird because this is very early here from Career as she was trying to get in but cannot actually get onto Duckdom because Duckdom was pushing with his team towards Showmaker. Then Peter decides, okay, we're
Aber auch krank werden, ja.
Dudu follows up with his double.
Wir wieder daheim, das passt.
He gets taken out, his mobility is gone. They get the dragon, they get the turret. Well, actually, it looks like he has one plate left. Dudu nearly gets the turret, but a lot of money there. on the bottom side. And so
Ich bin daheim und ich gebe es Montag nicht am Haus.
Precarious
Nicht aus dem Haus. Nehmen Sie nicht Supplements ein.
Precarious lead.
You can.
Ja.
Yeah, it's a
Whether it makes
precarious.
sense,
Ja.
I don't know.
It's a lead that you can quantify,
Ja.
but you don't really trust.
Yeah. It feels
Ja.
dangerous, you know.
Kreatin, ja.
You just
You know when that
getting bullied now.
You know when that guy, Alex, I don't know what his last name is, climbed the Taipei building? He recently...
Scheiß Freak, by the way. Der Typ. Scheiß Freak.
I don't
Ohne
know.
Absicherung diese Gebäude da hochzuklettern. Scheiß Freak.
Like that. He climbed the building, and you're happy for him, but you're like, all right, now get down. That's kind of how I feel about DNS right now.
Very precarious building climb.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, look, you guys accomplished that team fight. It was a little bit messy. You got the kill, you got the dragon, but let's play safe.
I mean, I like how they're actually upping the
So,
tempo.
ich sag's jetzt. Bundle Pipes First hier kann nicht das richtige Item sein für Peter.
Ways to get away from the turn.
Gibt gar keinen Sinn. Geh Locket, du Vollidiot.
No, it's been a little bit scary, especially with DNS just kind of losing their mind
This
on every engage.
recon-
They're throwing everything in the chicken sink. Chicken sink? thinking about Chicken Little still. It's like still there
The
on the
sink
prompt
is
there a little bit.
falling! Peter had flash and ult and cleanse also to close the gap on anybody trying to go through the banana brush there to contest. Plus the Wukong follow-up would have been real. I think D+ made the right call to back away and allow the Herald to go over. There's only one plate of turret left in the bottom side for Dudu. If he can get a wave stacked up there, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get it.
Weiß ich aber Green, warum?
Enough. But the mid lane
Überhaupt nicht Auto-Attack-based, oder?
should be dropped when we
Dein
get
Team?
closer
Wie
to
groß ist der
ramp
Deck
time.
mit
Still 5
Wukong,
plays
Galio,
available
Renekton?
there. And this Jin,
Jetzt Nick Deckable gesagt.
0-0 and 1 has a
Ich
lot
hätte
of
wahrscheinlich Nick
cons
Deckable gesagt.
to be potentially set
Im
up for
Vergleich
people
zu Locket
get
jetzt.
back that map control, but they weren't able to hold on to it. Shiu is actually going to get engaged on.
He has flash, but the stun's
Kommt er
going
raus?
through. You can see that they're playing for it. The flash comes out, and Shiu just barely going to die to the Cyclone. Dudu
Okay.
taking up the turret perfectly in a nice little set play. They get the Aurora in the side lane. DNS making plays
Okay.
here in this mid game.
And now with 2 minutes until the Dragon, this means they get the bottom turret, and now they can herald through mid. They'll still have their Cyclone back up. They're going to be very set to look for a fight over Soul Point here, which honestly is a really decent Soul for their composition here, the Chemtech Soul.
Yeah, it's actually excellent. It'll cut down a lot of the damage, like the execution power of LeBlanc Lee Sin as well, and Aurora. But nice little set here.
This time, they just don't mess around with the chase. They're like, okay, get the stun, and then head to the other.
Hätte er nur Rocket Belt gehabt, ne? Dann wäre er schon reingekommen. Naja.
If he goes left, we're going to be ready for it. Kill goes over to Pioshik, and they grab the turret.
Yeah, pretty nicely done. It was cool to watch.
Also der Beton schmecken. Heute geht er besser runter.
Side of the vision, like he
Ich weiß noch, letztes Mal war wirklich hart.
and she
Diesmal geht er okay runter.
essentially missed it.
He didn't expect it.
Yeah, he did react immediately, but you know, there's only so much he could do once he gets jumped there. So now
was
this
big.
Aurora that got flexed into the top lane. It started off good, but you know, not necessarily having the value they were hoping for potentially.
Also, Dudu is about to have flash advantage in this side lane as well, so there's some playmaking ability actually.
Ich nenne mich selbst gaslighte.
His ult back up, he's wrapping
Nee, nee,
around-
also,
Yeah,
das
and I think the
for
real
real.
prize here is going to be-
Ich check diesen Humus into Stormraiser Bild nicht. Ja, du bist schnell, aber wirklich?
The Herald is an even bigger threat if they drop it for Drake Prio. Lucid just going to hang out, wait for his teammates to rejoin. Shio will have his ult up. This could be a game-deciding fight.
Wie sehen, wenn die Hall of Fame kommen wird, ist es Caps oder ist es dieser chinesische League
For
mit
D+,
Caps?
you really have to deal with a lot.
Wow.
You're juggling a lot, and you don't have the map control to look for a
Nächste Woche nicht im Gym im Haus, aber schon jeden Tag ins Gym gegangen. Ja, ja.
The center here,
Ja, ja.
damage onto anyone who
Bestimmt.
gets caught, any single
Wie
target.
viele Wochen bist du ultimative Strandform? Was haben wir jetzt? Mitte Februar?
There's no edge of night for Duck Dom.
Yeah.
He is the primary target, to put it plainly.
Mai?
Definitely is, especially with starting off the Hollow Radiance here for closer. Not going to be easy for Showmaker to chunk out the Galio. Although Lucid could do a number to him.
They do get the Prio away.
Irgendwann habe ich halt auch keinen Bock mehr, so wenig zu essen. So, ich weiß noch nicht, wann der Tag, also, ist eigentlich jeden Tag ist der Zeitpunkt.
Showmaker.
Also, to be honest, ist jeden Tag ist dieser Zeitpunkt gekommen, aber irgendwann habe ich halt so wirklich keinen Bock mehr. Aber noch geht's.
Big chunks on the squishy targets just means the LeBlanc isn't getting a huge amount of value before the fight begins.
Playing through this banana brush control really well, too. Showmaker just cannot get access anymore. She was going to clear this wave, which means he can rejoin.
Du musst bis August durchziehen, dann kannst du was werden. Das ist möglich. Aber du gehst jetzt auch nach... Ja gut, aber jetzt USA? Ha. Bisschen fucked, oder nicht? Ja, also meine Aurora hat da ein bisschen Struggles gegen das Krokodil, ne? Naja, das ist so fucked. Die können nicht fighten. Die können nicht fighten.
They want to get some more here as Career just going to flash out of this one. The chains will land on a Peter, but he will absolutely take that.
Also, es sieht so unplayable aus.
Grabbing another flash from Career. He's just been robbing him all game long. And they get the dragon, I don't want to say for free, because they earned it through a slow, methodical...
Die kann ich doch ja, aber Kalorien halt auch.
Showmaker, as this is a miss.
Oh, it's fucking nasty. Oh, for fuck's sake, it's nasty.
As the TP does come in, at least DK got that away.
G.
But DNS going to have to
G
as well. You mentioned he was holding on to that and just looking to take out the mid-tier 1.
They really held that Herald forever, but they get so much out of it after getting the dragon. I gotta give credit to Smash. He hits the root as the kick finishes. Like, he does his job. He's ready for...
Kein Ahnung, aber ich habe auch 3-1 gecallt. To be fair, ich habe auch 3-1 gecallt. Also ein Game kannst du griefen.
Did they just get Baron?
I think so. Unless
ein Game kannst du
make
griefen.
something happen here with Flash and ult on the Duck Dom, who still has his Flash. He's playing to the backside of Baron, though. And as Chronicler will often tell you, it doesn't do good things for your MR.
Yeah, you can see the
Guys, warte mal, griefen die? Du hat gleich wieder Ulti ab. Okay, die griefen nicht. Okay. Mann steht Olli auf, wer weiß Gott.
And we have the backs already coming in.
Duck Dom almost has his TP back. They could actually really turn this if D+ overextend.
You can see that they're actually considering something, but I think now Closer getting kicked out might not be enough. The re-engage kind of half-hearted here from the side of DNS. Shu might be a little skill, although Shu is gifted.
Also er ist tot, aber... Oh, er ist nicht tot. Oh, er ist tot. Okay, was passiert hier?
Who is just looking to aim the long-range missile, not going to hit there.
Oof, for DNS, that feels painful. They were really trying to play around that Varus.
Diesmal habe ich wenigstens eine Küche, werde morgens Bier oder nichts nehmen, mittags mit den Kollegen außerhalb und abends noch was Kleines, mal sehen, was ich einhalten kann. Aber du trinkst auch Bier, dann ist doch sowieso schon... No joke. Das ist einfach Fakt.
It's not all nothing for them, as this is a kick into oops.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
As well, just you feel Career's also on it. You're like, ah, one missed opportunity there. And then we grab Herald, crash in, Crystalline Overgrowth.
Dann.
And Duck Dom just stays here. He's like, all right, you guys are going to tank it up for me. We need my damage to do the Baron to secure this. It's realistic. They do get it. And then we see the empowered recall. He's not interrupted.
Very close.
Very close.
Das ist kleiner am Abend.
Like 11 seconds? Let's try to slow.
Ich habe mir fast noch die Kanne gegeben und werde bis August keinen Alkohol mehr trinken. Henry, dein Wort in Gottes Ohr. Ey, dein Wort in Gottes Ohr, wenn du das hinkriegst. Dann ist gut. War gut von Shivo noch zum Maximum rauszuholen. Und du bekommst auch noch den Flash.
And the final shot from Duck Dom does not quite connect onto Career. I still think DNS are in a good position.
Aber der Flug rüber ist ja auch relativ lang, ne? Hab ich mir sagen lassen, also. Oh.
Defensive play there post Baron. Yeah. Well, Pyosik feels like the first time Showmaker has really found a target and done his combo to someone.
Wer hat auch für $30 ein Bier, weiß ich auch nicht. Also ich sag, wie es ist. Für $30 gib mir lieber 5 Subs, no joke. Jedes Mal, also, checkst du? Also, ich sag mal so, die $30 sind besser bei mir aufgehoben als in deinem Magen.
But you can see that DNS playing heavily around this Drake that's coming up. They're not trying to go for any big Baron pushes this early on in the game. They got the mid-tier 1, and that's about it. Just a small Baron power play. But decent vision around this objective for D+ Kia. They have 3 wards, 4 wards in the...
So selbstlos von dir, ja.
Down there.
Die landen dann in deinem Magen, super Trade, aber halt nicht in Form von Alkohol.
Between this soul... And a potential defense here for D+. Baron is gone.
Ja, Nash wieder 1000 Gold, ne? Sehr useful.
You know, 80 carries on item parity, very close there. It's really the Wukong that has a big item advantage. And the Renekton, I suppose, as well, having that extra component in his inventory, but it's not really anything to write home about. It's just that D+ seemingly cannot get Showmaker into a position to kill Dogdom. Like Dogdom has died once.
Gibt es einen Unterschied zwischen einem Tier 3 und 4 Tier 1 Subs?
They have the Mikhails for him. And the longer it takes him to find targets, the more poke damage.
Ja, ich meine, bei Tier 1 Sub lohnt es, also, dann haben wir der andere was davon noch, I guess.
And DNS can bail from this if they don't like what it looks like, but I don't think they're going to with the positioning of Dudu right now with the TP flank. He is wrapping around. They see him.
Das Krokodil ist so broken. Ich glaube, die können nicht mit dem dealen. Was? Sind wir uns sicher? Okay. FF. Er kann Flash up. FF.
And that's going to be the end of the LeBlanc and maybe just Chemtech Soul over here for DNS.
Career tried his best to try to save him, but now he doesn't have his ultimate either in a 4v5.
Well, now Career's trying to engage. Desperation here for D+Kia. The curtain's about to end on this 4th shot.
Shiu is the only one who really has agency here.
Ja, du musst halt rein, na, aber wie machen wir's?
Well, Lucid tries to go on in. It's just going to be a flip, but the
G hat sich sehr inevitable angefühlt. Also ehrlich, hat sich sehr, sehr, sehr inevitable angefühlt.
This difficult composition is looking very difficult to play, especially from this far behind. And DNS just kind of
Game. Oh.
Together and do stuff like that. They take out Career, who didn't have his flash.
Ja, das Game ist cooked.
And now with Chemtech Soul, this game is looking
cooked.
Theirs.
Unfortunately for Career, I don't know if he's ever really had his flash this game. As Smash is going to be the next target here as they siege the turret a little bit too far. A bit of a step.
Peter, bitte.
He's getting excited, you know. He's testing his limits.
Peter, es reicht.
Well, I gotta say, that flank from Dudu was pretty massive. That was what forced D+ to kind of try to kite back and get the collapse onto him, but he's really difficult to kill. But Showmaker is caught, you know. He was the one trying to set up his own flank, his own aggressive position. He loses that. He's looking for an aggressive position here as well, a level down on closer, with some friends coming over.
I don't think this TP from Duckdom... Okay, they're actually full... Okay. Well,
next.
You send it.
I guess the TP from Duckdom was actually...
Next.
If Showmaker's not aware of it,
I guess so. Just, yeah.
So, just like that, and by just like that, I mean, like, I don't know, about 8 to 12 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Series on our hands, Valdez. And I'm looking forward to seeing what else DNS have, because this is the kind of scrappy gameplay, playing through Duckers a little bit, you know, trusting Peter's Recon, a classic, Recon Wukong.
Irgendwelche coolen Champs, Game 1, Game 2, wird nicht gewinnen. Und wird nach Philios.
They're looking good anyways.
It's a nice setup dive comp when there's not like 17 tools on the enemy team. No Lulu, no Ezreal, none of this, you know, Giga Peel comp from the side of D+K. It's much more difficult to actually get away from...
Oh, Dogdom, oh, Dogdom, oh, Dogdom. Aber die Soul macht so Meter. Luce kommt nicht rein, oder? Der muss durch Dudu springen quasi. Er muss durch Dudu... Ja. Wir haben es alle gesehen.
Although the kick does go down onto Peter and they get that kill. Smash looking for a little bit more.
Time to exit.
Yeah. Pioshik pretending that he was a clone and might just die. I think he has CA though, and the damage is coming through on Career. I think the wallets are just too heavy for DNS, and D+Kia desperate to get something after the Baron goes away.
Pioshik hitting, by the way, like every close smite that matters.
Smash Kaiser Game 4. Yunara ist jetzt halt hoch in der Prio. Yunara ist sehr, sehr hoch in der Prio jetzt.
But not have the Baron. And DNS.
So, ich muss jetzt meinen Skill fertig essen. Ich habe noch ein bisschen Beton übrig, den muss ich jetzt noch fertig essen, bis das Game vorbei ist, damit ich Zähne putzen kann.
And I think, you know, I was kind of maybe slightly preemptively calling it with the series on our hands moments before, but now it really feels there is just no more in. Peter has unsealed teleport to rejoin for the push to win the game. I mean, there's only 14 seconds the respawn timer here, but when this base opens, it guarantees Elder.
Wie erklären wir uns die Draft? Ja, wir wollten was Schweres. Wir wollten mal ein bisschen testen, wie gut wir sind.
Right now, this is effectively the game-ending play.
This is essentially what D+Kia did in game number 1.
Flank?
This is a flank that has been seen for ages and ages, so they knew this was coming. Easy chains of corruption go down on the Lucid as he was trying to send the Hail Mary for the ages, but yeah, with the Baron still for a minute and a half, they could just go ahead and take this top inhibitor down, you would think.
Die Sache ist, Olli ist eh noch nicht wach, also.
but not not succeeding at that, as they are going to once again bully Career out and smack D+ in the face with their giant wallets and take them down here in game number 3. Looks like we do have a series on our hands. Better late than never, as DNS, 14,000 gold lead. They will take a Nexus tonight and bring us to a game 4.
And isn't it such a refreshing look for DNS in this game 3 draft?